Hello, I'm Greg Harford from Retail NZ and welcome to How to Retail Recovery Edition. Today we're going to talk to Danika and Tumua from Danika Cooper Jewellery, a Pasifika-inspired family jeweller operating out of East Auckland. Now, some businesses really are very small family operations selling to customers out of markets, but what happens when the pandemic hits? How do you keep going? How do you evolve online? Let's find out.
I'm Danika and this is Tumua, and we are the owners and founders of Danika Cooper Jewellery. We're based in East Auckland in our small home workshop, and we create Pasifika-inspired jewellery.
Can you share with me how you see yourself in the local community and what local community means to you and your business?
We have a huge focus on the community around us, the local community, specifically the Māori and Pasifika community, which we're a big part of. We're part of the Samoan Business Network, and we spend a lot of time doing pop-up markets out at the Pacific Business Hub, which is in Manukau. In terms of local support, we try and support other businesses around, and we feel like that kind of in turn comes back to us as well. And we find it's really, really important to support other small local businesses because we know what it's like as a small business, and how important that is to have local people around you supporting you, uplifting you, and that recommendation to friends and family as well.
I see you have an online store. How's that working out for you?
It's been awesome so far. The interaction that we've been getting has been growing. We wish we started it earlier. We've been mainly relying on pop-up markets as our source of income and meeting customers, but our online stores and presence has been growing. We're just grateful for this. Grateful for the opportunity that the COVID did happen, because we wouldn't have thought of being online
as much. Yeah, definitely. We've definitely picked up and pushed our online presence more with COVID happening, because obviously we couldn't do the pop-up markets and have face-to-face meetings with clients, but it's meant that we've had to facilitate things like Zooms and meetings online with clients as well, and people have been really good about that and really supportive, so it's been good for us.
When we think back to last year's lockdown, how did that affect you guys?
Oh, it was crazy. It was hard. We had a toddler in the house, which was full on, and then obviously we have our small workshop as well, which we don't have enough space for really. We've got, it's 2.5 meters by 2.5 meters. So to fit both of us in there doing what we need to do is actually quite difficult. It's been navigating the last couple of years has been a real eye-opener, and we could not have prepared for it. Going into business is hard enough as it is, but then being hit with something like a pandemic like this has been a huge challenge. But it's been a hurdle that we've been able to overcome this far, and it kind of gives us, there's light at the end of the tunnel for us. We've continued on this far, and why not just continue on? Because it's going to get better. It is.
Things must have been quite challenging for you both. How did you cope?
With the challenges, we try to start our morning with a morning routine. So we try to go for like at least 30-minute walk as a family, or even with the dogs, just to get some fresh air, get the blood flowing to start our day. When we get
we were a little bit stressed and overwhelmed with things. It really just getting away from it all. So getting out of the house, it makes a big difference, getting away from the workplace. A lot of people go, okay, at lunchtime, I've got to get out of the office, get some fresh air, come back and relook at things. And that's what we do at home. And we've learned that along the way, that it helps a lot, just coming back with a fresh view of everything you're looking at. It puts everything into perspective as well, because sometimes it is overwhelming. Sometimes you have those days where it's really challenging and you want to cry in the corner and go, am I doing the right thing? But you can come back, you can relook at things, and you look back on it later on and you go, it wasn't such a big deal. It's kind of crazy to see everything in perspective and the overall view of things. But we've learnt ways that work for us. Tumua is out, he goes to the gym. For me, it's cooking. I love cooking, I love baking, and we both spend time with our toddler and take him to a playground or something, and that's our way of coping with challenges like that. There are other business challenges that obviously we need to get advice for from other people, and we have surrounding family and friends and colleagues who are very, very supportive and very happy to help us with things like that.
As a Pasifika business owner, how do you incorporate mental wellbeing strategies into your business?
Yeah, for me, I like to go in gym just to try and take out the negative energy or all the stress I have, just to try and work it out and come back saying it's in the past, it's time to move on, or just talking about it. I'm not really a good talker, but my partner knows when there's something up, so she just breaks it down, and just we have a communication. So we're trying to work on my communication and just being able to talk. I think that's the
open up about feelings and just how we're feeling on things, because the other person can often lift you up. If they're not feeling the same negativity, then they can help balance it out. And we've found that works really well. But the other thing that we do spend a lot of time and focus on is keeping connections with family. For us, that's huge. And I think for anyone, it's a big thing. But particularly for Pacific Islanders and Māori, that family is so important to them, and that community, that whole village idea. And in having our son as well, everyone wants to be involved in more of that. So it's been hard with the pandemic and lockdowns, but now that we can see everyone again, it's been really good and uplifting for us.
What would your advice be to other business owners out there doing it tough?
I can reach out to reach out to people. You never know who's going to listen. There's people that are willing to help. We're here to help, so if you guys want to message us, we're always here to lend a hand or even bounce ideas, because I want to see everyone grow. There's room for everyone to grow, but it's hard at the moment because sometimes we felt like there's no one to listen or no one's there to help, but that's ourselves not speaking out. But once we do, we've been getting so much good feedback and so much support. So I think that's a good key, is that reaching out to people. So
where do you get support as business owners?
So we have some really good contacts, and they've been with us since the beginning. We've got Laura from the Pacific Business Hub, and she's also the founder of Samoan Business Network. And she has a really great network of people that she puts us onto if we've got questions about certain things, advertising, whatnot. We also have business mentors through We Accounting. And they've been absolutely amazing from the get-go. They've really helped us in growing our business and giving us advice and just bouncing ideas off them. And when things are, maybe not going right for us, they have been uplifting us. So that's been awesome. Both of my parents were business owners as well in their fields. So they have a bit of wealth of knowledge around small businesses, and we can ask friends and family. It's amazing how much people know when you ask. You don't tend to talk about it around the dinner table, you don't tend to talk about it when you catch up. But if you ask them a little bit about I'm struggling with this, a lot of people have a lot of knowledge that they just don't tend to put out on the table. So that's been fantastic for us.
Can you tell me about your team, or am I looking at it? Is it just you guys? What's been your biggest learning?
So this is us with the team, two-man team. We do from the jewellery making to the admin to the customer service, so it's always one of us that you'll see if you message us the page. We try to do it all. It's quite hard sometimes, but we get at each other's heads. But we know it's worth the passion, because our passion keeps, and our why will keep us pushing with these late nights. Some people will message us at 3:00 at night, but they're in the other side of the world, and they're saying, "Hey, are you available for this?" I'm like, "Yes, I'll get to you when I wake up." But who's like to add?
It's kind of more about us finding a balance and working with each other to try and find out our skills, which kind of suit the different roles that we have. When it is just the two of you, it is hard, because it's neither of us come from a business background. So this is all new to us. We're learning on the go, and we do make mistakes. We do. It's a learning curve for us constantly, but it's amazing how much you do pick up and learn so quickly, because it's your passion and it's your drive. It's your business, your baby. But jump online, because there's so much information out there, so much free information and advice out there, and take what's suitable for your business and implement it that way.
Thinking of your fans and followers, how do you keep them updated and engaged?
Bring them into the decision-making process. I think that they feel like they're more involved in all of it, and what they're deciding, do they want to have a sale? Do they want us to do kind of a giveaway for Mother's Day or Valentine's Day? And from doing that, they feel like they're part of our business as well, part of our family. And for us, that's a really important thing, is to bring them in and make them feel welcome, make them feel part of the whole decision-making process, part of the business and the planning. And we've always said to people, particularly when we're doing custom work with people, is bringing them in on that design process, letting them know the steps along the way and bring them in as we're doing it. So quite often I'll send progress photos along or videos, tag them in our stories or Facebook, so that they can see this is their piece, this is it being made, this is part of the process that they've been involved in, and then they get the final product. And we found that works really well. But also within the wider community is just tagging and sharing other local businesses and friends and family who have started up businesses as well, and making sure that they're seen out there in the wider world, because we've developed quite an audience on social media, and we can share that with other businesses as well, because there is, like you said before, there's enough room for everyone to grow. We're a small country, but it's one thing that we do well is have small businesses.
Looking at your business, are there any key things that you missed or should have moved on earlier?
Yeah, I think we could have left our jobs earlier, jump in faster, having that courage to say, yes, we can do it. As that big fear for us, making sure that bills are paid and everything's keep going. But it was awesome just to see that the progress that when we did leave our jobs, that it does work out, as long as you put the hard work in.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that one too, is just the fear of failure. I think it's a big one, particularly starting a business, and you want to be able to cover all of your expenses and costs and ensure that it's going to go well. You want your business to succeed, but I think it's all about perseverance and just continuity as well, making sure that you've got everything in line. But when things don't go right, don't be too disheartened by that as well. There's going to be hurdles along the way. And we've had plenty of hurdles, but we've overcome them. And, we look back on it and we go, oh, we wish we'd jumped in earlier. We wish we'd been able to, Tumua only left his job in June last year to come on board full time. And since June, we've just seen how much that's impacted the business growth. In a time which is so uncertain is amazing. So, yeah, if we could give any advice to anyone is really back yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. So you need to be 150% behind your business, behind your brand, behind your passion and why you're doing it.
If you were to do a big shout out or thank you, who would that be to?
Oh, it would definitely be friends and family, people who have supported us along the way, our business mentors, our clients are amazing. We have such a close-knit, great relationship with a lot of our clients, and they've become more like friends than customers. So to us, that's amazing. Just people online who come out and go, well, hey, actually, I'm not quite ready to purchase from you, but I love what you're doing. The messages like that really pick us up, particularly on a hard day. And that's why we're doing it. We're doing it because we want to be doing it for everyone else. It's putting a bit of us on every piece, a bit of our passion, and sharing that with everyone out there. So that would be a big thank you to those people, but also thank you for all the opportunities along the way that we've had to learn and grow as individuals, as a business, and opportunity like this to share our story with others.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. It's great to hear that your move online has been so successful. And I think there's some really sound advice there about looking after yourself, talking to others and seeking advice, using social media to support your business, but also other businesses in the local communities, and backing yourself 150%. If you're looking for advice, support or information to help your business through the current times, check out the websites below. There's a whole lot of information, resources and support available to you.